Hello and welcome back to Better Than Adventure. So last time we were here, we were almost out of clay. We're finishing up the final part of this now. However, I found a bunch of bricks in one of my older builds that I could just kind of take, because they were in a chest, so it's fine. And here we are. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, yeah, I mean, what can we really do except slowly sit by and wait for the structure to fall apart? Hmm. Okay, there we go. So now I'll just finish this wall up and then build a... yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'll just dig it up and then build it up instead, I think, because that lowers how much time I waste. And, like, how much inventory space gets filled up. Yeah, but I'll have enough bricks, finally. Hmm. I fucked it. I fucked it. How annoying. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, sure. There we go. Oops. Okay. There we go. This is so annoying to dig. Man. Okay. Okay. I think I'll have one big sort of room over here instead, actually. Like this. Hmm. There we go. Oh, we'll need a new diamond pick. That's annoying. Hmm. Wait, I'm really stupid, aren't I? This should be... Yeah. Hmm. We're nearly done. We're nearly done. We just need to get a new diamond pick sometime along the way. God, wait, what if we probably won't run out of bricks, but you know, you never know. There we go. Oops. There we go. Okay, we have to go up. I think it'll be faster if I do this. I have an idea. Well, imagine an alternate history thing where it's like, just what if aliens? And that's just it. Just, I don't know. I just find the prevalence of aliens in alternate history stuff really funny. Though, to be honest, it's much more interesting when you have, like, it's much more interesting when it's not very clear what the aliens... how do I explain this? It's like... It's more interesting when there's some... like, you know, it's not very clear what the aliens are, if they even exist. In the movie... Like, imagine if it's like just, ooh, is this some ancient technology? Is it alien? Huh? Like, I think it's cool when, like, you would assume, oh, wow, whoever built these ancient things we're finding has to be an alien, and then it's like, oh, they're human. And, I don't know, to me that's interesting. But I mean, I shouldn't... Now, I've seen images of people taking photos of Cessnas and claiming they're aliens, or drones and claiming they're aliens. I especially like the ones where you can see the, FAA lights. So when you look at a plane flying at night, if it's flying quite low, you'll be able to see it. If it's, like, kilometers up in the air, it's gonna be harder. But if you're near an airport, you can see on one wing of the aircraft, there's, like, a red light. On the other one, it's a green light, etc., etc. That is, you know, they're these lights which kind of use... Which, you know, pilots use to signal how big the plane is, you know, and where it is, and how it's headed. Because you can see them, you know? So there's no question of, oh, in which direction is the plane flying? And, sometimes you see these people who clearly never seen a plane before, don't know how it works, and oh my god, it's something flying in the night sky. It has to be a saucer. Or it's like one of those, I mean, if you want to discredit every single piece of UFO shit ever, all you have to ask yourself is why was somebody filming? Like, you know, or like, why do we never see the thing do the thing they claim it does? You've seen it. There was that one thing where it's like, where the guys are like, oh my god, it's rotating. Where it looks like they're staring at the back of like a jet that they're following with their infrared camera. Or whatever. And then it's like, the report that people claim came from the military was like, oh yeah, so it did like a loop-de-loop and accelerated up at the speed of sound, and it broke all known laws of physics. But in the video, it's just like, it's just a little thing. It doesn't do anything weird. It's just a little. It could be a balloon. It could be one of the honestly many targeting balloons that they use in the military. It could be a jet that they're using to train targets on it because it makes sense, you know. You have dummy missiles that don't actually fire when you're training your pilots. Or like when you're testing out a weapon system, you throw up like an older generation jet, like an F-15 or something. Is that an older generation jet? Whatever. Like you throw up one of those in the air that like Bob's just flying, and then I'm coming in to target you, buddy, and then you know you practice. That's kind of how it works. Obviously, they're not up there with live ammo in military exercises. And so often, if you don't know what you're looking at, it does kind of seem like magic. I mean, there was, it's kind of like that quote where any, you know, sufficiently advanced technology feels like magic. I mean, hey, take steam power. Imagine if you were like Grug, right? The only thing which you know is like meat and bone, and like hitting someone with your club. You haven't invented fire yet. It's gonna take you a few 100,000 years more. Grug, like, seeing it, industrial society, pre-electricity, like, just seeing the steam engine, Grug would be there, like, dumbfounded. Like, how did put wood in hot danger make move how would, you know, like, because Grug has no frame of reference for it. It's kind of like how, if you know a bit about quantum mechanics, you know that, like, it's a funny little thing where if something is too small, like, on a CPU, if you make the gate, like the logic gate too small, the fucking thing, the electron will just clip through the gate like it's a video game. Like it's a fucking, like it's a Bethesda game. It'll just clip through. Is that evidence of a simulation? No, don't be stupid. It's just evidence that it's fucking weird. Honestly, I mean, if there was something that would, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if quantum mechanics were, like, theoretically, if there was, like, a bug in the simulation, I guess quantum mechanics would be, like, the way like, the best argument that you would have. But then again, if there's a simulation, someone had to be a designer, and who knows if quantum mechanics were intended or not, you don't know. People claim, like, you know, without intent, which, I mean, the universe, to our best knowledge, has no intent behind it. It just kind of is, and it eternally pisses me off that we'll never know. But, like, realistically, it's not really that big of a deal, is it? Like, you're gonna be in a situation where, you look at it, you see the big thing, I guess the really small thing, and you're gonna be like, wow, quantum mechanics, how infuriating. Why do you work like you're broken? I have a very rudimentary understanding of that. I'm not good at physics. I'm good at Kerbal Space Program, though, if that counts for something, I guess. Though I guess simultaneously, right? Like, first of all, hey, technically the structure is finally complete. Yay, I should probably add more details somehow. But, I mean, we'll have to decorate the outside soon. But, like, yeah, there's really no good way of talking about it, I guess. It's just like a bunch of dumb stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I guess we'll chop some trees then. Because I was thinking, yeah, maybe some siding decoration. Because the thing is, as interesting as the whole quantum stuff is, it's like, maybe, like, I'm of the belief that, maybe, like, I mean, of the belief, I have, like, I would not be surprised if, like, in 100 years, in 1,000 years, you know, we disprove Einstein, or we disprove, quote unquote, right? Kind of like with Newton. I mean, Newtonian physics is wrong. There's, like, a quantum element to everything. But, like, Newton wasn't wrong. He also just, like, you know, wasn't right. If you get what I mean. It's like, he was correct within the, like, within what he could measure. But he just wasn't, like, literally exactly correct, or whatever. But there you go. I mean, maybe we'll find something even crazier than quantum mechanics. Maybe we'll piss off a four-dimensional entity that will just kind of appear and then start eating people. Probably not. Yeah, if I jinxed it, I'm sorry. But, like, man, it's kind of weird, isn't it? It's just, life is fucking weird. You could say life is strange, but that's trademarked. So, like, no, it's not strange, it's weird. And, honestly, it's what makes it interesting. If it all really was that just someday one guy was like, you know what? I'm gonna make this thing. That'd be boring. But this way, there's mystery. Similarly, there's like a thing where we may be one of the first examples of intelligent life in the universe. Well, intelligent in quotation marks. I mean, look at most of us. Look at me. But like, the thing is, right? Intelligent life kind of needs some of the heavier metals. Like we have hemoglobin in our blood. And that hemoglobin needs iron or whatever, right? Or I think octopi use copper. I'm not sure. I know I'm very bad at biology, so I just, yeah. But like, because, so basically the way heavier metals are, like heavier elements are formed is because it's when a star, you know, burns up all its fuel, it starts to fuse heavier and heavier elements until it eventually, like, gives up. From my understanding, and this is from, like, a very old YouTube video or whatever, or I guess a video that I watched a while ago. So on a star, two forces are fighting. The interior force of the star, that is, like, when the star is fusing elements, and it fuses, you know, heavier and heavier elements. And then there's the, you know, when it's pushing outwards, and then there's this massive, insane force of the mass that's trying to crush everything inwards. And basically, that's why black holes form when a really big star collapses, but not when a smaller one collapses. Because when a big star collapses, the black hole forms, because, you know, the reaction can't keep going anymore, the elements are too heavy, and then boom. But some of those heavier elements, you know, like iron or whatever, will, you know, there's gonna be more of them now in the universe, obviously. And when another star, you know, forms, it'll have more of those heavy elements. And then some of those heavy elements will be, you know, just fused into heavier elements. Now, one of the things that I've kind of noticed, which is weird, is that, I guess I'm just curious about it, is, because you know how there's a limit to how big an atom can be? Well, not a limit, but, you know, like, after uranium and neptunium or whatever, the higher up we go, the less stable stuff is. And I'm curious, like, could we eventually find, like, these isotopes that are, like, really dense and really stable? Now, like, you may have seen videos of, like, element 115, which is just magic or whatever, I don't know. But those are obviously, like, no. But I don't know, maybe one day we'll find it. Look, for me to be excited, I don't need, like, the element to power, you know, flying saucers. I just want a really heavy, stable element that won't, like, irradiate me when I touch it. It can explode in contact with water, I don't care. I just want it to be, like, room stable. I guess not, you know, room temperature stable. To where I can look at a cube of it, which it'll probably be the most expensive cube of anything in the world. You know, and I can just look at it and say, like, yeah, that's an element. Because who knows? It's kind of like the question of room temperature superconductors, you know? You've probably heard about them. Because a lot of the time, people think of, like, oh yeah, well, because people don't know what a what that even means. And hell, I don't know what I mean, I know what it means, but obviously, I'm not a material engineer. I don't know what properties, make things more or less conductive. Because the whole point of a superconductor is that it has a very low internal resistance. So, to me, you know, hearing that, sure, but a superconductor has it basically at 0, which means it basically wastes no energy, which would be huge because it would mean that your CPU would basically use 0 watts, if my understanding is correct, because it would have no power losses, which would mean that, you know, you would have insane compute stuff. But then the question is again, you know, if you could have a superconductor which was doing that at a room temperature, like, what do you need even? I mean, I can use Google and check, but, like, I know there are specific things that a room temperature superconductor would need to have. And I have no clue what it is. Yeah, okay. Cause I've opened this up, right? And I'm reading this because it's like, oh yeah, superconductivity means that it has no, yeah. Okay, but what is, okay, BCS theory, Cooper pairs. So, the electrons that carry electricity from materials counted by impurities, defects, etc. Okay. But at low temperatures, when they join in pairs, oh. Not all materials. Mercury is a superconductor. Yeah, but that'll have to be cooled way below room temperature. Okay, so that does kind of make more sense, I guess. If you could somehow have it, because there are little impurities, but at a very low temperature, you know, you could have the electrons kind of, like, basically move like a snake. And, from my understanding, at least from what I've just read. And that would mean, I guess if you want a room temperature superconductor, you have to have something that is, like, very defect-free, I guess? Because if it has, like, almost zero defects in it, in the fucking atomic structure, that would mean that, the electrons wouldn't need to get as cool in order to, snake. That's my understanding. It's probably wrong. And with this insanity and with some extra wood for future endeavors, I'll see you next time when we'll have to deal with the exterior. And maybe, just maybe, I'll also have to deal with some of these fucking windows. We'll see. See you later, goodbye.